The first shots have been fired in a trade war between the United States and Canada and Mexico. We're going to see how this affects gold and silver and other factors that are pushing the prices up today. Let's talk about it as we explore. Amazingly enough, not only have gold and silver risen, but platinum and palladium and especially rhodium is breaking out as well today, up over 3%. I don't really know exactly what's going on with that, but nonetheless, gold and silver are rising, and a lot of it is based off of fear. Fear is a big driver of the markets. Fear of a recession, fear of economic uncertainty, fear of geopolitical uncertainty. All of it coming together to cause the prices of gold and silver to rise. But we should not operate out of fear whenever we buy precious metals. Channel sponsor Summit Metals has done very well and are growing very, very fast. But nonetheless, I'm encouraging folks to take a look at them before making a purchase anywhere, but they always tend to have the lowest price on a variety of different products out there, and not always for the product you may be looking for, but they're going to be the low price leader at some point in time for what you're checking out. So just keep them in the back of your mind or bookmark their webpage at summitmetals.com whenever you're looking for precious metal deals. So gold and silver indeed are up moments before the markets close. Here are the numbers. Gold is up $19.50 today. That's just over 0.75 of a percentage point increase at $2,913.50. It did get up to $2,928 earlier in the day. Silver's up 20 cents, a 0.63% increase, just under $32 an ounce. It's at $31.97 right now. It did get up as high as $32.10 earlier in the day. Platinum is up 6, palladium is up 12, and rhodium is up over 3%, up $150 today to $5,275 an ounce. That's unusual. So what's behind some of this? Well, it is the markets are reacting. The stock market is down dramatically here today, and that is fueling it. And also we see the things like the dollar index also is down sharply. It's down 0.87% now to 105.61. That is still a strong dollar, though. Anything above 100 is a pretty good, strong dollar, but it is down sharply today. But gold and silver have risen, but not as much as they probably should, given where the dollar is, and also given where the Dow Jones Industrial Average is. The Dow Jones has fallen pretty dramatically here today. It's down 1.5%, down 670 points today. And the NASDAQ is also down 65 points. The S&P is down 71 points here today. So there's a pretty big drops in the market as everybody's nervous about these tariffs. Canada and also Mexico have also said that they're going to do retaliatory tariffs as well. Gold prices climb amidst this soft U.S. dollar as the trade war between the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and also China has escalated with new tariffs taking effect today. And then the dollar is plunging because of it. Market sentiment remains downbeat after 25% tariffs from Canada and Mexico, and an additional 10% duties on China took effect around midnight. Consequently, traders seeking safety pushed bullion prices higher and increased demand, while the greenback dropped across the board. I know the recently revealed U.S. data sparked recessionary fears. The Atlanta Fed GDP now model projects the gross domestic product for the first quarter of 2025 at negative 2.8%, down from a 1.6% estimated on Monday. I talked about that in yesterday's video, but that is something that is really concerning, especially if we see 2 quarters of that. Watch out, or 2 months of that, we're going to see that will be the official marker for a recession. The February ISM and S&P Global Manufacturing PMI readings were mixed. The former slowed towards the expansion-contraction 50 thresholds, while the latter expanded solidly. U.S. Treasury bond yields slumped on the data as traders began to price in the Federal Reserve's interest rate cuts. And the thing is the Federal Reserve is not going to cut interest rates. That's not going to be happening towards the end of the month here. But let me just check here, because the Fed Watch tool is where I like to go to check on these things and see what the sentiment is there. And let's see what they've got to say about it. Looking at the Fed Watch tool as the page loads, it is still a 91% chance. It is pulled back a little bit, but not by much. 91% chance that for the 19th of March meeting, that the rates will stay the same, right where they're at right now. So I don't see that changing, even with some of these new numbers. Now, gold and silver, indeed, likely, and we're going to keep an eye on them. There is a possibility that we could see them pull back a little bit, as now tariffs are a reality. Unless there's another retaliatory strike, pun intended there, of tariffs against Canada and Mexico after they retaliate, leading to a second shot across the bow for the tariffs, then that means that we likely could see gold and silver rise as they will raise prices. By the way, the silver and gold that you see before you here are going to be affected by it. Maple leafs will probably likely go up if you want to get maple leafs. Libertads, already very high premium coin. If you're going to get any new ones, they're likely going to go up once existing stocks run out. The other thing is silver as well. Silver, Libertads, and silver from Canada, silver maple leafs will be affected. Now, obviously, silver in general coming from Mexico and Canada, and gold from both those countries will also be tariff. There's a lot of silver that comes out of Mexico, the largest producer of silver, by the way. So that will be tariffed, unless there's some way that silver could be sent to a different country and then come into the United States. I don't really know how that would work. Nonetheless, the 10-year Treasury note climbed 6 basis points to 4.221%. U.S. real yields, as measured by the 10-year Treasury inflation, protected securities are rising 6 basis points, up 1.8%. Now, another thing that I want to tell you about here, and pay close attention to this, folks. I got a Silver Eagle at spot price, just above spot price today. That's given that demand is picking up for precious metals around the country. Anecdotally, my local coin shop says that February was a noted shift of buying from customers rather than buying from customers. But it's not what you think, folks. This is not the Silver Eagle that you think it is. Stay tuned. Later in the video, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. I hope you've paid attention or watching enough, because I think you're going to be intrigued by this. Yep, an actual United States Mint Silver Eagle at just above spot price. Oh, where do you see what I'm talking about? Let's go on. So this is interesting. Finding good deals is definitely something we should be looking for in this time, because I think we're going to see premiums start to come back to some gold and silver products. But I think there is a potential here with gold and silver to possibly go down if things normalize in this trade war. In other words, we see somebody capitulate and give. Speaking of that, it is already starting to happen with Ukraine. Zelensky is willing to come back to the table, and I believe there's going to be another meeting coming on Friday with the president and Zelensky, and we'll see if they sign this deal for minerals in Ukraine, for rare earth minerals. And essentially that will bring the impetus for peace talks with Russia. And if we could see that war end, that may not be good for gold and silver prices. But I think most of us would agree it's much better that war end and have people alive than high gold and silver prices. We get a ceasefire there. We could have a ceasefire in Gaza. Well, at least for the time being, there's peace. And that's stability. And that may also mean that supply chains reconnect in other ways. and that may at least help to some degree. But we'll see here. These recession concerns are very real, though, and that may not bode well for silver's price in the medium term here. In other words, silver may not rise as much as you may think, given that circumstance. All right, so that's another thing to think about, too. There's a lot of different complexities that can affect the price of silver. A lot of it is based off of fear. Once those fears subside, well, the prices of these metals will subside as well. For buyers, that's good news. They can buy on the dips. Now, what silver coin did I get, you ask? That's right. This is a certified United States Mint Silver Eagle commemorative from 2008. That's right. Yeah, it's very hard to find low premiums on Silver Eagles or Silver Eagles bullion coins close to spot. This is a 90% silver coin, not a full ounce. I paid $25 for it. When you take that into account with where silver is sitting right now, right at $32 right now, by the way. I got it for just a little bit above spot price. So how's that? Nice little proof silver coin, commemorative. I do like this commemorative coin. They just had it and came with a capsule at a decent price. So there you go. Adding a little bit to the stack here, and a nice, beautiful silver eagle from a bald eagle commemorative from 2008. So let me know what your thoughts are about the markets today and about this silver eagle. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.